Hello, everyone. My name is Nekwe Obasoge, broadcasting from Toronto, Canada. We are back again with our political analysis on Nebo TV. And today I have with me in the studio Mr. Daniel Edopolo Obakuzuwa, all the way from Benin City. Thank you, Mr. Daniel, for joining us this morning.
Thank you very much. Good day.
So, how is everything in Edo State, Benin City?
Well, everything is fine. The state is calm, though we are still having the normal campaigning grassroots from political parties. Edo is calm.
Even though Oshiomhole is there terrorizing the states.
Terrorizing in the sense political strategy and campaign for his candidate, Ize Iyamu. So Edo is calm. Edo have always been calm and peaceful, all thanks to the Oba of Benin, who has always emphasized peace in the domain.
Okay, so yesterday, Oshiomhole made a statement that he kind of framed the negative comments he made about Ize Iyamu in the past as political statements. So I'm going to play the video first before we come back and do the analysis. Okay, this is not a news fallacy. He made a statement publicly yesterday. So I'm going to play the video. Then we'll come back and do the analysis.
Meanwhile, as the politics in Edo State shapes up, it's a moment of sober reflection for former national chairman of the All Progressives Congress, Adams Oshiomhole. The former Edo State governor says the negative things he said against the current APC governorship candidate, Pastor Ize Iyamu, during the 2016 elections were mere political statements meant to only promote the aspiration of Governor Godwin Obaseki during that election. Comrade Oshiomhole said this as he arrived in Benin City, the state capital, today, to a reception by APC supporters.
I have watched some videos where they are showing what I said of Pastor Ize Iyamu when I was marketing Obaseki. All right. Let me speak to that briefly. When you are selling Toyota, you cannot promote Mercedes. If you tell the people Mercedes is better, they will touch your Toyota. I've heard some people saying, how can a man who was qualified to be governor in 2016, they now say he's not qualified in 2020. Now, as the governor, I never had cause to ask GO, where are your certificates? I believe him on his face value. This is probably my fault.
Hello, Mr. Daniel.
Yeah.
So
I'm still here.
Okay. Adams Oshiomhole said, when you are marketing Toyota, you cannot promote Mercedes. Lord have mercy. Oh, Nigerian politicians.
It's rather sad and unfortunate that a man that is highly respected will make such utterances and statements. It is also bad in the person of Ize Iyamu, who kept quiet while all these things were done to tarnish his image. Is it because of politics? You allow your name to be... In fact, Edo people are wise. Edo people will have a lot of intellect. They are saying the statement. In fact, I really would not want to make comment for the Edo people. Everyone with his or her own conscience to decide on where to go. But as for me, you remember there was a time I told you that whether this Oshiomhole will contribute negatively or positively to Ize Iyamu's campaign, time will tell. You can remember. And this is a kind of statement we were expecting he will make and will tarnish his own image. I, as a voter, I will not take this. from a man that was highly respected in Edo State, making such utterances, you know. And the thing is within his leg now, his left and right leg, because Ize Iyamu, he has tarnished the image, is the one he's now carrying. The man on the other side was a man, he said he was even better than him. Oshiomhole made that statement that Obaseki was better than him and he will
Yes.
do better than him. So he's just between his two legs,
So if
marketing
mm,
somebody you have told Edo people. Well, to me, Obaseki has come. He has proven that he can do better.
honestly, what about
Now,
when he said
Ize Iyamu, he has tarnished the image. He wants to polish it for Edo people to resell or rebrand it for Edo people to buy. It is rather very unfortunate.
when
You
he's
know, the
saying
kind
that
of statement of a man of his caliber will be making at this time.
yes. Beside that, when he said it's a kind of a political statement, okay, political statement. What about the facts attached to it? Okay, is there Yamu the other day we saw a video where he confessed that he was among the group of students. Although he didn't pour the acid on the student, but he was among the cultist group in the University of Benin that poured the acid on the students. Okay, that is one fact. The 700 million case under the EFCC investigation. That is second fact. Okay, most of the things he said about Ize Iyamu, the rustication, third facts. Okay. Now he's framing it as a political statement, of which there are facts associated with those comments he made by Ize Iyamu. Now he's coming back to the Edo people, telling them that it was just a political statement during election period. And he believes that he can come to Edo State to come and manipulate the people to fulfill his political aspiration in the state, or subservient to him. That will never happen in 21st century.
Uh, the only issue here is for Edo people to decide and decide right. You
Exactly.
know, there are still some followers. He can still brainwash to vote his choice. There are some who are going there on their own choices to vote for whoever they believe will be better. As for me, I think Obaseki has proven a point to Edo people, and coupled with the fact that he had made promises to Edo Central, where the Esan people is, that when he's done, he's going to hand over to them. Those are
Yes.
issues that will decide the election. My only prayer at this time is that the election should be free and fair. But we are not seeing any federal might of threatening on the election. So I am optimistic that the election will be free and fair.
Yes.
It is rather very sad and very, very unfortunate for a man of Adams Oshiomhole should be making such a statement. If what he has done, I said earlier, when they said he sneak into Edo, I say henceforth any utterances he make, will either make or mar Ize Iyamu's election. And this kind of statement will rather make people to wonder what he's saying.
Mm.
The the issue is between his two legs. He brought Obaseki and told us that Obaseki is better than him.
Mm.
Obaseki came and proved a point to Edo people
Yes.
that enough of these politicians coming to government house just to collect and go, that he needed to work. And the fight with Obaseki and Oshiomhole was also the essence that he was no longer loyal in terms of sharing the allocation of the state with him.
Mhm.
which Edo people will benefit more. Somebody brought analysis of the indebtedness that Edo was owing from Lucky Igbinedion time. Oshiomhole came and increased it. It was Obaseki who now reduced it. That is a great achievement on the part of a man. I'm not speaking for Obaseki here, neither will I say they should. A lot of people will decide for themselves on where to go and who to cast their vote for.
Oh, exactly.
A man of this nature, you have so branded. Yes, he can say it is not that those information that he said about Ize Iyamu, let us be very frank here, was not true. It is also true that he overemphasized it. Fine. Because if you look at the fact he's saying, it truly happened. The 700 million naira that was given to Ize Iyamu, to be frank and sincere, was for campaign under Jonathan. The money was not sent to the world as planned. The money were not sent to the world to do the work. They took the money and shared it within themselves.
Yes, it was
No
500.
word. According to the calculation, they were at least a word would have gotten close to about 3.5 million. They did not get such amount. Well, no matter how he has emphasized it, it is very sad that he's saying the. When things like this, God is really working. When things like this are happening, it is for the betterment of Edo State to see clearly the handwritings on the wall.
And that's Oshiomhole.
If you advise me, if Obaseki continued to stick that he was not going to share the money for politicians to ruin Edo State, rather he will use it for development of Edo State, I would rather take such a man than a man. If politicians says they are not benefiting, it's all lies. Because all political appointments that the governor will give out are politicians. They are from the same party. All politicians working there. Many of them scramble. Even those who have worked will not get it because of lobby from some elders. So it is not true that even Obaseki is not giving to politicians. But the problem is that some of them will just want to sit at home, doing nothing for the progress of that government, doing nothing for the progress of the state, but just to be signing and collecting. It is not done that way. If I'm giving a special advisor, I've worked for Obaseki, giving a special advisor, I have benefited. I am that are occupying political positions can tell us that they are not being paid. They are being paid. So it's rather unfortunate that such a statement could be coming from a man Edo people had helped. Oshiomhole, apart from being known as a labor leader, was not a politician. He was not a politician. They brought him up, they brushed him up. He countered against godfatherism. They liked him more. Now you want to turn yourself to be a godfather, and you feel that the person that will even make you a godfather is the man you have told those people that this man is a thief, he's not qualified for a board member, and other things like that. So, well, it is rather sad and fortunate. It's not left for Edo people to decide and see the handwriting on the wall.
And that Oshiomhole can only fool few people. It cannot fool all of us.
It is rather sad and very, very unfortunate that our politician has turned Nigerian to poverty. The country is now so poor that even some of our youth cannot decide rightly where to vote their conscience, all because of money, because of promise of appointment. They can do anything. INEC was saying the other time that they will do everything to stop this sharing money within the vote buying during the election period during the polling booth. But can this stop? Can this stop? A lot of Nigerians are hungry. A lot of poverty. Even some of our youth who are graduates are crying daily for job without none, with none to get. If every graduates have something to do and they are working, I don't think many of them will be interested in vote buying. That is one of the negative effects of this uh, uh, election in Nigeria as a whole. But it's rather sad. But let him continue to bring it out, so for Edo people to see and see the handwriting well written on the wall, so that they will can easily decide and vote. Even if they are giving you money, you vote your conscience. You know where it is now going. Who is really sincere among the two? That is it. It shows it is for them to decide on the sincerity. And you can collect money. You can give me money, and I will tell you, okay, no problem. When we meet at the ballot, this is where INEC should also do a lot to ensure that when you are casting your vote, it is far from where the other voters are, so that every Edo person can vote their conscience. You saw what happened in Ondo. You saw what happened in the primaries in PDP in Ondo.
No.
Hello, okay. The deputy governor who decamped was very hopeful. He was hopeful. But unfortunately, the people vote right according to their conscience. And he came out second. So he's not he's not going to be the PDP governorship candidate. That will tell you, Ondo, Edo, and Lagos are full of intellectual, more especially Ondo and Ogun. They are full of intellectual. You cannot fool them all the time.
Yes, exactly.
You can't fool them all the time. I was surprised when they said another person won. Clear. And the election was free, fair, and credible. Voters were not allowed to go near the ballot post, and they voted their conscience. Indirect, people voted. Both sides would have spent money, but they voted their conscience. At the end of the day, the deputy governor did not win. Whether the man who won it will also retain him as deputy governor, it is for us to see. This is kind of election that Nigerians, yes, you collect their money, vote your conscience.
Exactly.
It is rather very, very unfortunate that Oshiomhole should be making this statement at this time. Well, it is let him continue to bring them out, bring everything out, so that Edo people will know him better and do justly what they want to for the betterment of the state.
So anybody with his or her right senses will still be listening to a person like Oshiomhole and even be chatting. I saw people, crowd around him, shouting and hailing him. Really? So there are some people supporting him with his awkward statement.
There's something you should be very clear about. When you see them clamoring about him, those boys, those youth are being settled daily. If they are going for a trip, they have money they are going to give to them.
Okay, maybe they are benefiting from it. Yes, they are benefiting.
Yes, that is what I'm telling you, that the rate of poverty in Nigeria is also affecting conscience voting. You understand?
Yes,
it's also affecting it seriously.
Yes.
All those you see clamoring around him are being settled. Even the boss, it's just for them to bring their youth out. It's under a political structure. Whoever they are using, they give them the money, settle the boys, give them lunch, then they will go along with them for wherever campaign they are going. So at the end of the day, you see, when you watch the crowd, you see them even more than the people they are meeting. They are always more than the people they are meeting. Then when you watch it on television, you say, this candidate is having much. It's not true. That is what yours sincerely have been into politics, so I can tell you that is how it's
Yes.
done. So you see them clamoring around among him.
So
They are not much.
it's like they are buying the crowd. They use money to mobilize the crowd.
The supporters,
Mm,
wherever they are coming from, they may be coming from Oredo,
mm,
Oriomo, Ipoba. They will be paid transport. Bus will be given to them.
mm,
They will go and meet him at his, whether they will meet at the campaign office.
mm,
If they are moving to Igor, they move along. So
okay.
getting to that place, they now join the people who came there. So when you see the crowd, yes, you say, this man is already winning. He's encompassing
Mm,
those
mm,
his supporters.
mm,
So that is how it's done. So that is why I keep saying that the conscient voting in Nigeria, it will be very, very difficult because the youth are hungry. Maybe one of them would have been placed on something of a week, 10,000, 20,000. Looking at it, nowhere to go, no job. So they are working on the mentality of the youth who are jobless.
yes. They
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 are
make
working on their mentality.
That's why they like to make the masses poor so that they can manipulate them during election period. This is just an example of that. You see the youth who are clamoring for Adam Soshomole because they are benefiting from it. And Adam Soshomole himself is using them to fulfill his political aspiration in Edo State. And it's not going to work for him this time. I'm sorry. It's not going to work for him anymore because many Edo citizens are saying no to his idea of godfatherism. He was sacked as the national chairman of it. He even said that in one of his videos. I saw some of his videos on Facebook this morning. He even said that they said they sacked him. Is that position for my father? What is that? That man, the way he's even speaking, there's no wisdom,
Well,
no
my
wisdom in his speech.
hello, my sister. There is
Uh,
something you should know in Nigerian politics. Have you not heard of politicians in jail winning an election and being brought out of jail to become whoever senator or house of rep or governor? It can only happen in Nigeria. Are you getting it?
yes.
So that shameless thing is always there. Nobody is concerned. People have won election while in jail, and the case will be closed in Nigeria. But you can't see it happen elsewhere in the world, where somebody who is in jail for a crime he committed gets nominated as a candidate of a party, being voted in jail, and being brought out of jail. It's Nigeria. So there's no shame at all in him to say he's been sacked.
It's not
Now,
not
it
shame.
is even it is even more going to be a hard work on him. Now that he's no longer the national chairman, now that he's now no longer the governor of Edo State, something must slow. At least allocation must, apart from the governor's subvention that they get monthly or yearly, something must still join. So definitely, this is an opportunity for him to work hard to see that Ize Iyamu
Hmm.
gets in there and
So
pay the homage as
yes,
usual.
do you
So that is it.
exactly because right now he's jobless. He's jobless. He's looking
That
for a
that is
place
it. That is it.
to boost himself economically. I'm sorry, it's not possible. He should go look for a real job. Corruption is not a job in Nigeria. We are in 21st century. So he should go look for a real job. He was a tailor, right? He was a tailor before he became a politician. So he should go back to his tailoring career.
My
It's
advice to
impossible.
you, my advice to you in the diaspora, you can make it possible for us, because I read a comment this morning that
Mm,
those in the diaspora are working hard and fighting for Obaseki
mm,
and saying the minors vote. I read the statement
mm.
from the other, that is a minors vote, that those in diaspora don't vote. On that day, you will not come. That you can keep making your noise over there while they will make the vote over here. You can see such a statement and coming from a camp. I don't want to go saw anybody political career. That is a statement from one of the camp here. The only thing you can do for us
Hmm.
when you champion a cause, see how it is manifested over here. I like your TV for trying to bring positivity and natural science into Nigerians' life. But it will only materialize, more especially
Hmm.
when you keep hammering on it. You keep letting us know the essence of it. Because the conscience voting is really a problem here in Nigeria.
Nigeria. I understand that. I understand that. Democracy must be achieved in Nigeria. This is not about Edo State alone. This is about Nigeria as a country. Democracy, because what is going on in Edo State right now should not be treated as only Edo State's problem. This is about Nigeria and democracy.
Even the
Hmm.
Ariwa group in Edo State, they have also in togetherness, they have their head office in Aduwawa. They have also together with togetherness
Hmm. Hmm.
stand with Obaseki.
Okay.
They were received and they said they were going to work for the progress of Obaseki second term. So
You
many
see?
of them, we are hopeful that there will be free and fair election where uh, actually our vote will this time counts. Uh,
Yes, absolutely.
irrespective of the corruption going on in Nigeria, many reforms are taking place. If you have worked with INEC before in Nigeria, even if you retire, it is forbidden for you to go into politics. All these were done to ensure that you are not getting gratification that they will tell you, don't worry, do your part, resign, and come and collect political appointment. It's no more. A lot of them did it. Even there was resident commissioner in one of these states who resigned and became a candidate to a party after messing up that election. So it's no more again. So we are hopeful that there will be credibility in the aspect of those who are in the office of INEC
Hmm.
to ensure this time that the masses vote counts.
You know that INEC can be compromised. INEC, with what is going on right now, I don't trust
Yeah,
INEC.
that is not only you,
Hmm.
every Nigerian. They believe that INEC, and in fact, I think it was in the House of Rep that passed it, that henceforth INEC officers
Hmm.
cannot take political appointment, even if you are retired. So these are efforts to straighten the political voting
Yes.
system in
Hmm.
Nigeria. So we
Yes.
are hopeful that this maybe Obaseki's election will be a test run. A pastor has also predicted in Edo that Obaseki is winning, but let's see how his prophecy will come alive.
I don't.
You don't believe in prophecy?
I
Are you a
don't.
Christian?
I don't. I don't. I don't believe in prophecies.
Well, back to Oshomole's statement.
Uh,
Now on Ize Iyamu, I am so sad that Ize Iyamu all these years have kept quiet, not challenging him, challenging Oshomole on those political statements. If you call me a thief, I have every right to take you to court to emphasize where I have stolen from you. I belong to an organization that I was one of the founding members of that organization. I saw the characters of men in that organization. I criticized a lot. They ganged up and said that they framed a lot of things against me to the extent of wanting to pull me out of that organization. I threatened them that if they don't come up with details of it, I'm going to court. You are going to tell the court what led to you now deciding to pull me out in an organization that I formed. I was one of the founders. So the matter has been going on, it's shaking. And because if you are a man of credibility and integrity, you don't wait for your name to be soiled. That is why they said the court is for the common man. Common man can
Yeah.
go and appreciate if you like this. But anyway, those statements that Oshiomhole said about Ize Iyamu, majority of them are not false. Just that he overemphasized it
All of
for. Uh, so I will
yes.
he overemphasized it for Obaseki's victory. That is wrong, but
Mm,
it's not that they are false. Just as he's trying to polish it, that you cannot be selling Toyota and be promoting Mercedes Benz. So
mm,
I'm so surprised in such a statement of a man I would have regarded as an elder statesman. He's an elder statesman because having been former governor of Edo State for 2 times, so he's an elder statesman. I'm surprised about it.
yes. So we have to end this show, and maybe we'll come back. Maybe we'll come back again, Mr. Daniel. What
Okay.
is there anything going on in Edo State beside what we just reported?
Well, yes, the campaigning, the mosquito, they now call it mosquito campaigning, visiting local government. I think Ize Iyamu was at Ego yesterday trying to win the people over,
Mm,
uh, pleading for votes. So in Oredo, we saw a lot of people still decamping from APC to PDP,
mm.
on some both sides. So they are doing their campaigning, waiting for the day INEC will stop it. So that is what is going on presently.
Okay, so we'll come back again. If there is anything that worth reporting, we'll come back and report it. So let's end this show like this. Thank you guys for watching. There are many people watching right now. Please, if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, consider subscribing. Thank you all for supporting this channel. I appreciate that. And also share this video to your contacts on Facebook, WhatsApp, and I will see you guys later. Maybe later, if not today, then definitely tomorrow we'll come back again with our regular political discussion on Nebo TV. Thank you guys and see you guys later or tomorrow. Thank you, Mr. Daniel.
Thank you very much. I'm grateful.
They said you are always sitting down in a dark environment. Thank God that today some people were leaving comments. All these people they will be quiet. They say, is there any light in Edo State? Is there any light? Governor Obaseki is not providing light for you guys.
We are still. They are still on load shedding. To me, they have improved a bit. Is what they call them now. The in charge of the electricity distribution. They are improving, but we are still on load shedding. Hoping that when they work with Obaseki over the commissioning of that, we'll have more generation to supply Benin City and Edo State. So we are improving. Sorry, guys. In Nigeria, it seems we have longer night and shorter days now.
Yes,
So
we are.
before you know, the day is dark, and without, even if you are using solar light, it's not as bright to reflect on the image. So that was why it happened yesterday. I'm sorry for that. It's not my making,
Yeah, yeah.
but we hope that we'll get.
So that's it, Mr. Daniel. Thank you. So we'll
Thank you
come.
very much.
Yeah, we'll come back later. Yeah.
Okay.